Aha! Riddles that will challenge your math skills. And if you don't have any math skills, like me, then what do you have to lose, right? Do you love numbers? Was math your favorite subject at school? Perhaps cracking equations and drawing geometric figures was a piece of cake for you, and now you miss those golden days. Well, let's set your math talent free. We prepared several riddles for you. They are grouped by levels, from the easiest to the trickiest. When you complete level 5, you can officially call yourself a genius or a geek. Which actually is a cool thing these days. After each task, you'll have 10 seconds to solve the puzzle. Are you ready? Then let's rock! Level number 1. There's one condition here: don't use a calculator. Here we go. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 times 0 plus 1 equals what? Seems easy peasy, doesn't it? Remember that you might need to not only use your skills of addition and multiplication, but your lateral thinking as well. You have 10 seconds to crack the riddle. So what answer did you get? 12? Or maybe 1? Unfortunately, that's not correct. The right answer is 30. There are no signs after the ones at the end of the first and second lines. This means that these are 11s that didn't fit into one line. Now you need to figure out how to add 8 4s together to get a total of 500. You have 10 seconds. If you need more time to find a pen or a piece of paper, yes, you can pause the video. And if this is your answer, congrats! 444 plus 44 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 500. That's clever. Level 2. There's a beautiful lake in a park. However, since the beginning of summer, lilies have started to cover more and more of it with every passing day. What's more, their quantity doubles daily. The entire lake will be covered with lilies in 42 days. So, how many days will it take for the lilies to cover half of the lake? In this case, your calculator won't save you, and you have just 10 seconds to figure out the right number of days. Well, the lake will be completely covered with lilies in 42 days, and the area covered with flowers doubles every day. Therefore, half of the lake will be blanketed in lilies on the 41st day. Oh, that's tricky. Julia died at a very old age on her 26th birthday. How is this possible? Well, that's a tricky question. That's why it's here. Perhaps there are nations that consider 26 an old age? What do you think? Write the answer to this riddle in the comments below. Let's see how many people get it right. Moving on to Level 3. There once lived a Native American named Pero Altruista. He served his people by getting rid of criminals and protecting the poor. He had a 6-chambered revolver and shot from it so quickly that the people who witnessed it called him Storm. The time period between the first and 6th shot was 5 seconds. He was a dead eye and reloaded his weapon between shots. One day, he was riding around the village and saw a boy being followed by 3 dark and threatening figures, bandits. The only way to save the boy was to shoot them. Pero Altruista estimated that he had just 2 seconds to do so. Will the man have enough time to shoot 3 times? Come on, gather your wits. Don't forget about your mathematical skills. You have 10 seconds to solve this puzzle. In fact, 2 seconds will be perfectly enough time to save the poor boy. Look at the solution. 5 seconds divided by 6 equals 0.833 seconds. 0.833 seconds times 3 equals 2.5 seconds. There's a cyclist riding south at a speed of 25 miles per hour. There's also a truck that passes the cyclist. Its speed is 40 miles per hour. At that very moment, the cyclist passes a marathon runner moving in the same direction at a speed of 5 miles per hour. Which will move away from the cyclist faster, the runner or the truck? The answer seems obvious, but is everything so clear? 10 seconds for you to crack this speed mess. In fact, the runner will be moving away from the cyclist at a higher speed because the difference in speed is greater between him and the cyclist than between the cyclist and the truck. Level 4. A man needs to do some shipping. In a carton, he can put 10 small boxes or 8 large boxes. He decides to send 96 boxes, small and large. There are more large boxes than small ones. So how many cartons does he need? Well, here's the moment when you definitely need some paper and a pen. Or perhaps you know another way to calculate the number of cartons. Even so, you still have only 10 seconds. But you can pause the video. The right answer is 11 cartons. 7 cartons with large boxes, 7 times 8 equals 56, and 4 cartons with small boxes, 4 times 10 equals 40. There's a wonder athlete who can jump forever, but every time he jumps, he gets a little bit more tired, so every following jump becomes half of his previous jump. For example, during his first jump, he moves half a foot. During the second one, it's already a quarter of a foot, and so on. How many jumps will the athlete need to travel 1 foot? There can't be too many, right? 10 seconds until you can check your idea. Unfortunately, the athlete will never travel as far as 1 foot. His jumps will just get shorter and shorter. Perhaps he should try a pogo stick? Level 5. There are 3 brothers living on a farm. They decide to buy new seeds. 2 of them, Mark and Tom, head for the market. Ben stays to look after the fields. Mark buys 75 sacks of wheat seeds, and Tom buys 45. When they return home, they split the sacks equally. Ben, who stayed at home, pays $1,400. How much money do Mark and Tom get from this sum if the split of the sacks is equal? Uh-oh, are you ready to use all of your mathematical powers? The countdown has started. Well, here's the solution. We know that the share of each farmer is 1/3 of 45 plus 75, which is 40 sacks. If Ben pays $1,400 for his 40 sacks, then the price of 1 sack is $1,400 divided by 40 equals $35 for a sack. That's why Tom gets $35 times 45 minus 40 equals $35 times 5 or $175. And Mark gets 35 times 70 minus 40 equals 35 times 35 equals 1,225. Young Mike was going home with $300 for his mom. A man stopped him and offered him a chance to double the money. He said he would give Mike $600 if he rolled a die and got 4 or more, if he rolled 2 dice and got 5 or 6 on at least one of the dice, or if he rolled 3 dice and got 6 on at least one of them. If Mike didn't manage to do this, the man would take his money. What should Mike do to have the best chance of getting home with the money? Are you a risky person? What would you advise Mike to do? The young man simply shouldn't agree to the bet. This way, he will have a 100% chance of bringing the money, $300, home. If he agrees to the bet with one die, he has a 50% chance of winning. If he agrees to the bet with 2 dice, there is a 56% chance that he will win. And if he agrees to the bet with 3 dice, his chances of winning are 42%. So, how many levels did you pass? If you were successful in cracking all 5 levels, you're a math genius. Hey, good for you! Now, which riddle did you like the most?